Even though Fracture has been out for some months now, it is still one of the most mysterious maps here in Valorant. On the surface, to the average player of Valorant, they may think of this as a weird map with a more green side and a more orange side. But when you really dig down into the small details of the map, the traitor lore stories behind it, and the massive consequences of what's happened here, cough cough chamber, you get the best map in Valorant when looking at the lore. So today, I'm going to show you everything I found when researching for Fracture's lore. Also, I wanted to say that this may just be the most effort I've ever put into a video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Starting off this story, we need to figure out why Fracture exists as a map in Valorant. Fracture is a site of a top secret research facility located in Santa Fe, New Mexico of the United States. We're talking so top secret that the vast majority of the top political leaders of the United States and even the Kingdom Company did not know about this project. The Everett-Linde research lab was ultimately supposed to be a way to harness radianite and extract its energy to its highest form by using the Radion Collider located in the center of the facility. Their hopes was by harnessing this amount of power from radianite, they can begin solving the theories of multiple worlds and expanding the universe. But the scientists and personnel on site were from two different worlds: Earth 1, our Earth, and Mirror Earth. As we know, Mirror Earth has been in a dire need of radianite to power their desperate and failing society, leading to the attacks from their Valorant protocol to steal radianite from Earth 1. Well, even with extreme suspicions and tensions from both sides, they agreed to work together to solve this issue. The Kingdom Company from Earth 1, also known as Kingdom Corp or even Alpha Kingdom, lent their hand and knowledge to Kingdom Industries on Mirror Earth, sometimes called Omega Kingdom, each world sending their best scientists to the Everett-Linde research lab to ultimately solve Mirror Earth's problems and ensure our Earth won't see the same fate. The scientists and personnel from Mirror Earth travel their way here via the highly sophisticated teleporters, as we can see here at the teleporter terminal.
Central Administration requests prompt check-in after crossing portal threshold. Thank you.
Now, to say that Alpha and Omega Kingdoms didn't trust each other would be an understatement. They very rarely allowed personnel from each world to interact with each other, limiting only to a select few scientists to have frequent interactions with each other necessary for the project. In some cases, there would be mere double scientists at Everett-Linde, but they were not allowed to work with each other or work the same time.
If you see yourself on site, report to Central Administration immediately. Simultaneous shifts are prohibited.
So each side of Fracture has their side that the Kingdom Companies would typically stay on. A site, the orange side of the map, would be where Kingdom Industries / Omega Kingdom would stay on, while B site, the green side, is where Kingdom Corp or Alpha Kingdom would stay. The vibes between each side are very different from each other and maybe helps shed some light on why Mirror Earth is in the position they are in. On Alpha Kingdom's side, we see hopeful signs everywhere, daring people to dream, preserve their future, and trust into the future of radianite. Very hopeful stuff. Meanwhile, the tone on Omega Kingdom seems to double down on the mistrust issues. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Worlds apart, stakes are high. Less talking, more doing. Enforced routine, teleport clean. Perhaps it's this vision that they have which led them to the issues they're dealing with now. I don't know, just a thought. What do you guys think? I recently found this really cool voice line over the intercom that shows us that Chamber, the reason why for the Everett-Linde disaster, was banned from the research plant even before the incident.
Warning, Vincent Fabron is no longer permitted on facility grounds. Any persons resembling Fabron must be reported.
Well, if the higher-ups at Everett-Linde decided to use today's sponsor, maybe they could have stopped Chamber, leading to the tragedy they suffered. Guys, don't pull a Valorant protocol and get hacked while using the internet by the blackmailer or Cypher. With Surfshark VPN, Cypher will never be able to get your information. People often ask what a VPN is. Well, let's talk about it. Surfshark VPN is firstly all about safety. It encrypts your data and can even change your IP address to make it harder for Cypher to hack you. But a VPN can also change your server location, opening up so many perks you never knew about. Like on Netflix, for example, you can change your location from the UK to the US and get shows and movies not available in your home country. That's just one example. There are so many more added features, like a feature alerting you when your credit card information has been leaked. Type in your credit card info and Surfshark will let you know if Cypher was planning on using your card to buy new cameras. Now, if Cypher already hacked your device, Surfshark's antivirus will scan your PC to find out what he's done and remove that nosy agent's virus. You can download Surfshark by using my link in the description for any iOS or Android or Mac or PC device you want to protect and virtually travel the world with 3,200 servers in 65 different countries. Thank you, Surfshark, for sponsoring today's video. Before the events leading up to the massive disaster that destroyed Everett-Linde, we get a really heartwarming yet honestly pretty sad interaction between Oren McNoff, a new scientist working for Kingdom Corp, and Ruben Pontes, a scientist working for Kingdom Industries. It honestly gets a little depressing towards the end, so get ready for it. So it starts with a welcome message from the Kingdom. Welcome Oren McNoff to Everett-Linde. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, you are to meet your Omega partner, Ruben Pontes, outside Section 7A. As you will be working closely with someone from Omega Kingdom, please ensure all security guidelines is strictly adhered to. KSEC team. This is an email sent from Oren. Hello, Ruben. Did you finish your initial analysis on the Radeon Collider today? I'm confident in our math and I know I'm being paranoid, but I really want to double check everything. Would you mind doing another walkthrough of the Eastern support structure with me tomorrow? From Oren. So it sounds like they already got off onto working together and are doing really well. This is a reply from Ruben. Hey Oren, good thing we double checked. Avoided what could have been a major setback. Maybe the higher ups are finally starting to understand the necessity of teamwork, because I just got security approval for us to work in the court together at the same time. All these segregation rules seem so silly. From Ruben. And then we get an email from Ruben's niece. Hi, Uncle Ruben. I know you can't get messages right now because top secret, saving the world, blah, 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 whatever. So you probably won't even see this until you're already home. But my soccer team made playoffs. Title forecast says we might even get to open the Geodome for the matches. I'll score a goal for you. Love, Aurora. So this is really cool because it lets us know that a lot of the society of Mirror Earth live in these massive bio or geodomes instead of just normally being outside. It really goes to show that the state on Mirror Earth is getting to the point where it's almost becoming inhospitable for human life. This is a message sent from Oren. Hearing about your world was incredible. I can't believe you have a city-wide geodome. Truly a modern wonder. From Oren. P.S. Did you see Ty Guy? He gave me a business card that looks more expensive than my whole wardrobe. Yeah, I'm looking at Ty Guy's business card and it looks awfully familiar to a particular card that we see from Chamber. This is the reply from Ruben. Maybe someday I could show you in person. We can dream, right? Your home sounds beautiful as well, though. I can't believe how different things have become just since the first light. Makes me wonder what could have been. But that's why we're here, right? To build worlds worth living in. From Ruben. Urgent security screening. Oren McNoff, please report for mandatory security screening at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Prioritize this over any existing engagements. KSEC team.
Oren McKenna and Ruben Pontes. Please report to Human Resources. McKenna and Pontes to Human Resources.
A message from Oren to Ruben. Security check? Did you get called into security too? I was worried it was something we did, but turns out our chief engineer has gone missing. Relief and worry all at once. This place feels cursed sometimes. From Oren. And it's at this point that we see a note written from Chamber on the map Fracture. I can't read what this note says, but I have some high suspicions of what this is. And I'm going to share with you guys my theory in just a little bit. Reply from the security check. Hello, this is the automated response as I am currently on routine furlough. My return date is T171. Please contact Alpha's Oren McNoff for emergent engineering needs. From Ruben. So guys, this is my theory. That was an automated message from Ruben right after this note from Chamber, and the business card from Ty Guy, which is Chamber, disappeared from the break room where it was previously at on Fracture, which really leads me to believe that somehow Chamber convinced Ruben to team up with him and become a traitor, because we already know that Chamber did not have access to the Everett-Linde research facility. But it's also at this time that we can see Vincent Fabron, which we now know is Chamber. His security clearance has been reinstated to, well, let him use almost all the facilities at the Everett-Linde research lab. So it really is looking like that Chamber somehow convinced Ruben to team up with him, whether it's, with money or whatever really his heart desired, to clear Chamber's access into Everett-Linde. And we can see that with the Thai guy business card not being there anymore at the break room, and this note written from Chamber. Again, I can't read it, but I can pretty much guarantee it says something like meet me at somewhere or something like that. And the automated message right around this time too makes me also believe that Ruben wasn't here on site because he was out meeting with Chamber. And it looked like to get security clearance worked because we see a message from Dr. Santos. Hello, Mr. Pontes, which is Ruben. Your biometric screening came back from the central office. I'm happy to confirm it's all clear. You will receive a digital passport that you can use for your trip home after T-0 day. Have a great trip, and please ensure you adhere to all protocols. So it looks like Ruben just got a new security passport, which he will likely hand over to Chamber to successfully get into the Everett-Linde research lab when it comes down to it. Dr. Santos, we hear a very interesting message coming across the intercom, possibly linking Fracture to the upcoming map in Lisbon, Portugal.
Dr. Santos, you have a message from Lisbon Station at Central TC. Dr. Santos, toast to Central TC.
So what could that message be from Lisbon Station? It's pretty well known that the next map in Valorant is going to be in Lisbon, Portugal. So I really wonder if this links the two maps together in some way. Finally, we have Ruben messaging Oren again. I can't believe the day's finally here. There's even a cross-team party on the observation deck after all. Meeting in public and not getting chewed out by Kasek? Vel. Snark aside, it really is happening. The good this will do both our homes is beyond anything I could have hoped for from Ruben. Then we have Oren. I haven't been this excited for a project launch since ever. I know it's cliche, but this really is bigger than any one of us. This is hope for generations to come. Looking forward to raising a glass with you tomorrow.
Security protocol has been elevated to level 7 for today's LRC test. Warning. Power may fluctuate during today's large radiant collider test. Please plan accordingly. Alert. Foreign matter detected in radiant collider.
Incredible. That something so small can create such opportunity.
Urgent, evacuate immediately. Automated evacuation order. This is not a drill. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Report to designated rally points. Failure of large radion collider detected. Variable time acceleration possible. Do not enter collider areas. Evacuate immediately. Automated evacuation order. This is not a drill. Archive purge imminent. This is an auto-generated message. Do not reply. Due to a site-wide failure, all archives are scheduled for purging tomorrow at 12 o'clock hours. Please back up necessary files, system admin. And that's how the destruction of Fracture occurred. Many scientists and personnel died with the disaster. The effects of the environment can be observed with a clear line originating from the Radion Collider. One side full of lush vegetation and greenery, the other a barren, hospitable wasteland. And you can see this stayed true for vast distances outside the Everett-Linde research lab. Innocent lives were lost because of the selfish needs or whatever Chamber's agenda is. Killjoy was sent on a mission to see if she can recover the blueprints to the collider months later, and this is what she had to say about the disaster she witnessed in a message to Brimstone.
Brim, hey, it's me. Sorry, I keep thinking about Everett-Linde. They were light years ahead of us with their LRC program. It was sublime. The data on radionite exposure, the biome acceleration. Even in its failure, it can teach us so much. And yet, seeing the husk of the facility? It's the people. All those people. Brim, they weren't even soldiers. They were scientists. They didn't have a chance to... Sorry, I have to go. Call me back, please.
Chamber doesn't even seem like he cares about what he did or feel guilty about the pain he's caused.
It is sad what happened here. Such a terrible accident. One that I had nothing to do with. I should go before someone recognizes me.
That sounds full of sarcasm if you ask me. So that's why I consistently say that Chamber is the most quote-unquote evil agent on the VP, because of the things he's done and the lack of mercy or remorse for his actions. We can still see the evidence left behind. The two snipers were on either side of the Radion Collider, firing at once. The families of Everett-Linde want answers for their loved ones lost in the disaster. Breach tells Brimstone this in an email sent to him. Also, families of the Everett-Linde team are asking Kingdom questions. I told you this would happen. If we don't lay low, VP won't be a secret for much longer. Breach. So, even the Valorant protocol itself might get exposed to the public due to these events. What if something played out differently though? Maybe if Alpha and Omega kingdoms weren't so suspicious of each other and limiting access to one another. Maybe if the rules weren't so strict and employees were allowed to have more fun and well live. Maybe if the facility had more protection from corruption. Maybe they'd still be alive and the future of Valorant's lore would have been bright instead of darkness. Maybe. Just maybe.